Hello and welcome to a video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the main story of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. I will be glossing over the contents of the original Final Fantasy XIV, as well as most of the game because it is quite long. However, hopefully this is informative and at least somewhat helpful to you. Note, I will not be talking about any of the 2.x patches for Final Fantasy XIV because I do not have time for that in this video. I might talk about those in a future video as well as cover Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward before Stormblood comes out. Anyway, without further ado, let's talk about the main story. So you start off in sort of a void with a large crystal, and this crystal is Hydaelyn, the mother crystal of Earth, and she embodies light and good and all that sort of thing, and she tells you that you are her chosen one, but you don't really know this at this point. You just have a weird crystal talking to you, and she shows you in really cool armor for your class, which for mine wasn't too impressive, but that happens, and then you wake up, and you're on a carriage, and there's a man talking to you, and he's telling you all about Ul'dah, or Gridania, or Limsala, depending on, where you end up starting your game, because depending on your class, you have a different starting area. Anyway, your caravan is going to be attacked by Amalja, Ixali, or kobolds, I believe, depending on where you begin, and you end up in the main city. Once you're in the main city, you walk around for a bit, you learn how the game works, and then you eventually are given a quest for the main story, which, for Ul'dah, which is where my character started, you find out that there is a lone woman who needs help, and you go to help her, and you meet Thancred for the first time, who is a scion of the Seventh Dawn, although you don't really know what that means at this point. And you find out that the woman who you were trying to help is actually the Sultana of the land of Ul'dah. That's fine. Anyway, after that, you end up recovering her crown jewels, and they have a feast in your honor, and then after this feast, you get given an airship pass to go visit the other cities that you didn't start in. That's pretty nice. And then your goal is to sort of bring the three Eorzean alliances in together again to one large country. With that being said, you return back to Ul'dah, no matter where you started, because there's trouble in the mines, and the Amalja have taken enough crystals to summon their primal lord Ifrit. You defeat Ifrit, and then you are told or learn that you are the Warrior of Light re-embodied. The Warriors of Light being the characters from Final Fantasy XIV original version who died. Now you're one of them.
Well met, friend.
Anyway, so you go through the process of learning about the primals and talking to the sylphs, and then eventually another primal is being summoned, and that's Titan. And then Titan fights you, and you defeat him, obviously. And then you continue that cycle again, learning and progressing until you fight Garuda. And Garuda's this big, feathery lady, and you have trouble defeating her. And, also you have to find Cid, who helps you get an airship to get to her. But yeah, once you fight Garuda, she doesn't actually lose, and then she gets the Amalja and the kobolds to summon their primal lords, so then you have to fight against Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan all at once, except you don't, because you run away. And the Imperials, who, at this point, I haven't really talked about, because they're insignificant until this point, come in and destroy them all with their ultimate weapon. And then you find out that they have a weapon that not only destroys primals, but can take their power and use it against you. So now your goal is to stop the Imperials, so you have to steal a suit of their Magitech armor. You steal this suit of their Magitech armor, and it, you use it to infiltrate their bases and save your friend Minfilia, who got stolen from, the leader of the side of the Seventh Dawn. Stuff like that. Anyway, after this, you end up defeating Gaius von Valsar, who is the leader of the Imperials. You end up blowing up his facility, and you end up saving your friend Thancred, who was corrupted by the evil Ascians, who, again, we don't really know much about at this point, but they are evil, and they're incorporeal, and they hate everybody, and they want to destroy the world. So you save them, the whole world is saved, you go to a ceremony where all the leaders are like, we're gonna unite, and then that's it. That's the end of the main story. Roll credits. This has been an incredibly rushed look at the main story of Final Fantasy XIV. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.